Even though it's been a busy week for me and the markets, I want to make a special shout out to all of my subscribers as this week I passed through the 100 subscriber mark. And to restate my purpose to you all, I'm here to help you and me make some money and profits in the stock market. So it's quite befitting that I passed the 100 subscriber mark because to celebrate, I'm making another announcement that in my humble opinion, the markets are getting ready for another upward move. Some of you, maybe about 21, know that I said several weeks ago, or maybe about 2 months ago, that the markets look to me that they are preparing for another market move similar to 2016. And so today, you can read the market news and you'll find headlines about the trade war, stocks in freefall, the trifecta of risk, store closings, stocks sliding, emergency rate cuts, yada, yada, yada. But other than gold being discussed as potentially moving higher, no one, and I mean no one, is talking about the stock market getting ready for an upward move because no one, and I mean no one, can look beyond this past week. Well, no one but us. So let's take a look. But before we do, a shout out to my subscribers. And although I'm giving a public shout out to all of my subscribers, I can only show you those that subscribed and are publicly shown. Other subscribers set their subscriptions on private. So those that are publicly known, I hope you don't mind me going through the list and giving a shout out to each of you individually. So first we come across Romeo, who signed up 17 hours ago. And then there's Tony, JT, John, Jose, Oswald, Derek, Rob. Moving on down here, there's Uncle Mike MD. He wasn't Uncle Mike MD. He used to be Uncle Mike Nurse Practitioner, I believe, if I'm correct. And he also didn't have 8,000 subscribers. So Uncle Mike's my hero, except he's not my uncle. He's too young. He's got to be perhaps maybe my nephew. And there's Winudum, James, Raul, Feng Ying, Stephen, and then, of course, Einstein, Chacal, Marijuana, Acciones. Then we have Joshua, and Joshua is second at 1.6 thousand subscribers. Again, something to shoot for. George, Comey, Vishal, Cheryl, Hussein. Then we have Kyong, Neil, Sadil, P.D. Carpin, Stever, and Marco. Victor, Sharif, Yvonne Snowfire, and David Churchill. So once again, thank you to each and every one of my subscribers. I appreciate all of you. All right, now let's go to the charts. So we're now looking at the 20-year monthly chart on the spiders, the SPY. And basically what's showing up here is the last, say, year. That's what the big secret is. But the reason that very few, if anybody, sees it is because it's not in the charts. As you take a look here, we've got a move there, slightly higher move here, and a slightly higher move there, all riding along the 20 EMA for the most part, except for this period here that went all the way down to the 50 EMA. But everybody's looking at this, and they're looking at, yeah, new highs, but they're looking at these things are so high, this is nosebleed territory, we're going to crash. Well, let's go down and take a look at the MAC. This is the secret. Your MAC here. Watch. The fast line has moved down here. It's bumped off that 10 line twice now, and it may be heading back for a third time. But during that period, look at the slow line. The slow line has come down, and now it's moving sideways just about in the last, say, month or two. Now, if you look back into 2015 to 2016, this period here, to me, it looks very similar. don't bother with that portion there up above the slow line. Just look at the portion below the slow line. The fast line has come down here. It's bounced off once, twice. It's rounding. It's basing. It's trying to move up through the slow line. It's having a hesitation here this week, maybe into next week. We may have a little bit more time to go before it finally moves through. But the point is, it's elevated. It's at a plus 10. We don't see that strength going back anywhere in this last 20 years. Going here into 2015, 2016, you see it started its basing period in this area here, and it was probably at a 5 level, something like that. It came up, tried. It might have barely gone through, but got reflected back, and barely got reflected back, gathered its strength, and then it was able to punch through that slow line and head on up. I think that's what's going to happen here pretty soon. Now you could even go back and look at 2011 to 2012 to find something else relatively similar. Now this level here was probably somewhere around 3, something like that. But it came down, came through, based, and headed right on up and through the slow line. Of course, we had some easy money at the time, but again, we've got some easy money coming with the rate cut just recently. So again, this is the big secret that nobody's going to see, is that this formation here looks like the fast line wants to move through that slow line. It is going to take a little bit of time here, but going through the other oscillators, you can see, look at that improvement over the last, say, 9 months or so. Look at that price rate of change. In this area here, we're basing. The fast line moved through the slow line. It came back down again, so it's below here. But the sawtoothing is similar that we saw here in 2015 to 2016. Each of these sawtooths, we came right back through, and we came through on that one as well. So that, to me, is all that's happening. But looking at the slow line is also basing. We'll go take a look at some of these points here in a minute, but let's further down look at the RSI. The RSI is above 50, showing some improvement. Back here in 2015, 2016, we had a double bottom there. We had this real steep bottom here at this point, but I don't think we're going to go below that 50 line with this move down here. I think we're going to reflect back up soon enough. And look at the stochastics. We're above 80. We're in overbought territory, actually. But I think it's going to move. The fast line is going to move maybe through the slow line here and then get reflected back up soon enough. Volume. Volume is a little bit of a caution flag for me. It looks like there's a little bit of decline in volume over the last, say, 9 months or so. But then again, the Williams is in that upper territory. I think the bottom was set here, and I think it just wants to do some sawtoothing in that overbought territory that can last some period of time, maybe a year, year and a half. I don't quite know. But let's go back up here. Let's take a look again at these moves in the price rate of change. So if we take a look back here in 2016, in mid 2016, and then late 2016, those points there, and then let's also focus mid 2019 and then the current. Going back up here, you can see that in 2016 we had a couple of points there where it did try, the price tried to move through that 20 EMA, and it wasn't able to. It stayed hovering above that 20 EMA. But as you saw, those are those spikes. Let's go right back down here. Those spikes down in the price rate of change. Again, mid and late 2016. Back on up here. Mid, late 2016. So I think that's all we're going through right now. Let's go and take a look at the spikes, the current spikes. Now we have this one here in late 2018. We have this one mid 2019, and then one currently. Move back up. Let's focus on those last two. So here you are, mid 2019. That spike came down and stayed above the 20 EMA. I think we're going to stay above the 20 EMA with this current one that we're still having a downtrend in. And if I'm right, then that means that the MAC, the fast line will come back down here, maybe hit 10 level, but then we'll have a triple bottom, and then I think it's going to want to move on up and away. So we're going to be paying attention to this as we go through the weekly updates. So perhaps this is a bit of my lesson. I had 21 views of that particular video. I have 100 or over 100 subscribers. If there's anything that you should be watching as we go through here the next few months, next few quarters or so, it's the weekly update. So I encourage you to watch those weekly updates that come out on Saturday. If nothing else, I try to provide other information to you that's useful. But if nothing else, watch those updates because we're going to be watching this and you're going to be ahead of the curve. You're going to be ahead of all the other investors out there. Now, I can't guarantee because there's always a black swan out there and China could collapse. But if it doesn't collapse, then I think the market has a good argument that it's going to move upward, similar to 2016. So, again, thank you to all of my subscribers. If you're not a subscriber, I suggest you do subscribe. And so for today, that's ChewDog Charts. Thank you.